They told you you were special, unique, destined for greatness. They lied. What if I told you that belief is not just wrong, it's dangerous? We are the generation of gold stars, of follow your dreams speeches, of participation trophies for simply showing up. From birth, we've been spoon-fed a narrative that we're destined for something massive, that we're extraordinary, that the universe bends in our direction, waiting for us to bloom. But what happens when reality doesn't clap, when your book isn't published, when your startup fails, when no one cares about your song? You suffer because no one taught you to be ordinary. Enter Mark Manson, author, rebel, mirror holder. In his book, The Subtle Art of Not Giving a Fuck, he slices through the illusion with a single phrase: you are not special, not because he wants to insult you, but because he wants to set you free. Manson's philosophy is simple, but piercing. The more you believe you're inherently exceptional, the more you feel entitled to rewards you haven't earned, and the more resistance you feel when reality calls your bluff. Let's call it what it is: entitlement, the disease of expecting extraordinary results from average effort. Psychologically, this stems from ego defense mechanisms, where the mind inflates its importance to protect itself from meaninglessness. People need to feel significant, but when that need isn't grounded in reality, it leads to frustration, narcissism, or depression. We don't fear being average, we fear being invisible. And so we scream louder, post more, demand attention. But the world doesn't owe us a spotlight. Let this truth settle in your bones. Most people live ordinary lives, not viral, not glamorous, not remembered. And that is perfectly okay. There is grace in the average. There is peace in the ordinary. The myth that everyone is born for greatness has made us blind to the beauty of simple living. So why was this illusion sold to us? Simple. It sells. Self-help books, motivational speaking gigs, courses that promise greatness in 30 days. The idea that you are destined for something amazing is the best-selling drug on the planet, but like any high, it wears off. And the crash? Devastating. You weren't lied to because they hated you. You were lied to because they wanted your attention. Here's the irony. The more you chase being special, the more ordinary you become. Why? Because everyone else is doing it too. They're posting, they're branding, they're faking extraordinary, and in the noise, no one is truly seen. In seeking to be unique, we've become indistinguishable. Believing you're special can lead to narcissism, but believing you're not special, that leads to responsibility, because now, you can't blame destiny. You can't blame others. You have to own your path. Mark Manson doesn't tell you you are not special to break you. He says it to wake you up. Once you accept your ordinariness, you're free to do the work, to earn what you desire, to grow for the sake of growth, not applause. Existentialists like Sartre and Camus asked, if life has no inherent meaning, what then? Mark Manson echoes that question in modern language. If you're not inherently special, will you still live fully? Meaning is not found in believing you're special. It's built in how you show up every single day, in small acts, in quiet choices, in suffering with grace, in failing with purpose. Scroll, swipe, compare. It's endless. Social media sells curated illusions of greatness. And you feel small, forgotten, left behind. But here's the kicker. Those people you admire, they're not special either. They're flawed, insecure, terrified, just like you. They just know how to package their illusions better. Don't chase perfection, chase reality. Mark Manson doesn't say being average is bad. He says it's honest. And when you start from honesty, you start from a foundation that doesn't crumble. Greatness isn't a birthright. It's a consequence of discipline, sacrifice, and relentless iteration. And here's the paradox. When you stop needing to be special, you start becoming someone worth noticing. Let go of the illusion. Let go of the pressure to be amazing. Let go of the voice that says, if you don't go viral, you don't matter. You matter because you breathe, because you care, because you try. You're not special, but you are real, and that's more than enough. Here's how to rewire your mind. Stop asking, how do I stand out? Start asking, how do I serve? Stop asking, what do I deserve? Start asking, what can I build? When you remove the pressure to be special, you rediscover the joy of just being human. History remembers names, but it's built on the backs of the nameless, the builders, the mothers, the caretakers, the invisible heroes. They were not special in the eyes of the world, but they mattered. So will you. You don't need to leave a global legacy. Leave a personal one. Be the reason someone believes in kindness. Be the person who listens when no one else will. Be the light in one person's darkness. That is worth more than 1 million followers. You are not special. You are not chosen. You are not destined. You are free. Free to live, to fail, to rise, to matter on your own terms. The desire to be special is the most ordinary thing of all. Mark Manson. So, now that you know you're not special, what will you do with your ordinary, beautiful life?